Boy. Okay, Butterfly, these men, man, some of these men, and even these young boys, man, they be worse than the females. They do anything for clout. I see the females, I mean, they have their ways. See, the crazy part is it's all about misdirection. As soon as you look at them, it's like Medusa. As soon as you look at a woman, she'll act like she mind her whole business. She won't look at you, but let you not pay attention to her. She'll walk back and forth into your peripheral so many times. I remember being in middle school, man. Eighth grade, 13, 14 years old, and just, I'm sitting in the front of class too. And there was a girl that had a crush on me, and she would walk back and forth. I remember one day, she just took this one day to do this. Walk back and forward after she realized that so many girls liked me, because I don't know, hypergamous nature. He has to be like all of that to all the other girls. But it's crazy. She walked back and forward for about a half hour, sharpening the same pencil over and over and over. This is before the electric pencil sharpener. This is before we even had cell phones that everybody tweet and text and go back and forth on. This girl walked back and forth from the pencil sharpener to sharpen the same pencil over and over and over and over and over. And every time she passed, this is when I was growing my hair out. She would walk past me and rub her rub her hand in my hair. Like, what the heck? Are you flirting with me or something? Obviously, just crazy. Kids do the darndest things. I mean, so much to the point that the teacher had to point her out to herself. Like, all of us can see you right now in the classroom. He's like, go sit down. It's so funny. Nice little in-shaped red bone, you know. Everybody has their own scars in particular. I won't name them. But yeah, man, that type of energy. But dudes, man. And it's funny, you see this in wildlife sometimes. Some of the dude or the male versions of the species, they have some of the brightest colors. They do the most. They have to make the loudest noise. You see it with peacocks. You even see it with the lion. They got to go to the highest peak of the jungle and roar the loudest and be seen by everyone and all this. Even in astrology, man, people that's born under the Leo sign or wherever you have a major aspect in your chart, that's where you require the most attention from. So weird, but man, I swear I was at the park for like 20 minutes, you know, and I don't expect to have the park to myself, but it's just so funny how you have a whole entire basketball court, but you come to the basketball court that's closest to me with your whole entire family, dope boy, and y'all decide to play basketball with a flat ball right at the goal that I'm at, well, the goal that I'm, where you have a whole other court that you can go to. But you just have to come around me to see what I'm doing, and the crazy. And I've seen it. And today was the one of the days that I seen it the most, because I decided to be more open with it today. I even did a little bit of yoga and a little bit of stretching at the park today. So everyone in their families was looking at me like, you guys have nothing else to do other than to stare at me. So again, when certain leaders come around, of course the energy shifts and everyone pays a close attention to that person. But like out of the entire park that you have to yourself, I see the little kids riding around on their bike, and they keep riding over in my area where there's no reason to be riding a bike over it. I isolate myself for a reason, so I can have peace and quiet and not have distraction, so I can channel. Because it is a such thing as too many people getting into your energy and distracting you. All paying attention to what I'm doing now. I'm minding my business, but they're minding it too. And I can tell because as they were riding by, they kept looking back like, what is he doing? Is he playing with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Like, what is he doing? Like, no, I'm not doing that. Keep going, mind your own business. And even the adults, again, it's like we have several basketball goals that you can go to. You come out here, you see there's no one out here playing basketball. You pick a basketball up from off the ground that's flat. And you come to the goal that's closer to me, and bounce this flat ass ball as loud as you can, shoot it on this iron goal as loud as you can while you see me like pulling tarot card readings. Like, men just do the most. They worse than women sometimes. You do anything for clout. Bro, I don't want to play basketball with you. Like, no, we're not doing that today. It's just strange, man. People will do the darndest things. They say kids that do the darndest things. It's just people in general. They never surprise you. And I you know, I go out with a certain expectation. You know, I don't go out to get into fights with anyone, but I go out and I'm like, man, I already know I'm gonna have so and so all up in my space, so and so staring at me, so and so all up in my energy. And that's just the way it is, man. But I mean, what can you do? Yes, celebrities always have people watching them, and always have people always up in their energy, siphoning off their attention and siphoning off their energy, man. Yeah, they're annoying. I didn't do any readings yesterday, but the day before I went to a reading, it was the same thing. Well, I did go to the park yesterday, and it was like so many people in the park yesterday. I guess, everyone's having 4th of July and Thanksgiving dinner, being visited by families and friends and whatnot. All the dudes do is get together and smoke and drink. They roll up. So obviously they can't sit in the house and do that with all the grown folks. So they go outside or go to a park, and every single park bench was full with at least 10 dudes all sitting around smoking on the same blunt. Y'all don't even have integrity enough or whatever to roll your own stuff up. That's crazy, man. And then a guy appeared out of nowhere. What was this, Wednesday that I did reads? A guy appeared nowhere out of, like, bro, where'd you come from? Like, I understand it now when people be like, I just be appearing out of nowhere. But man just appeared out of nowhere, sitting behind me with a blunt. Literally, I felt like he was doing this too. Trying to blow the smoke in or around my peripheral so that I smell how gassy his shit is. Nigga, I don't want to smoke with you. I don't want to get to know you. And just you approaching me like that, man, that all they know how to do is offer women money. The all I got to offer is cash, or the all I got to offer is ass pose that females do. Look at this big fat ass cat. Caught you. What you doing over here? Bro look like he got kids, grandkids. But yeah, man, it's just so funny watching the way that people work and the way that people move and how people do things. It's always funny. It's always intriguing. And then everyone says that they're so different, but all these people do is the same thing, man. I swear, we all eat the same kind of Thanksgiving food, but everybody posts the same food over and over and over. We all eat the same stuff. We maybe just use the different seasoning, and some of us cook our food for a little bit longer. Some of you guys don't know how to cook. But man, people, they want to be included, but they don't have integrity enough to approach you in the correct way. It's like, approach me, ask me my name, say hello, bring up a certain thought form or thought pattern, something that you've been thinking about. Like, don't just approach me just because you see that you can approach me. That's why you have to build like different foundations. You put yourself in the ivory tower, have boundaries, and that's why you vet people, like men and women. They both, I just explained, had 2 whole stories about how men act weird and women act weird, and they see you and they want to come towards you, or they just want to be seen. Women that do all this stuff, put on all this makeup, and don't know why men come towards her out in the public. But you put on this skimpy ass pants, you put on this skimpy ass dress, and put all this makeup on to go outside and do what? For yourself? Well, then why don't you just come out naked then? Like, I don't know. Some people even put makeup on to go to sleep. And it's weird to say that. I've seen women do that, but I've also seen men drink coffee to go to sleep. You see how the world works? How weird people are? So weird. Men don't give men compliments because, it's not rare, but you don't see it. It's not common enough. Women aren't really, saying anything positive or being like, they'll see one female treating her, being happy in a relationship, and see her treating her man right, or being submissive, or don't just not use that word, surrendering to the joyness of the relationship, and they'll pick at her like, why the hell you being so nice to that dude? Even a dude, when a man try to approach her, now, why you being so nice to me? I never received love from my dad because I grew up in a fatherless household, that I don't know how to receive love for you. And yes, it affects men too when you grow up without a father in the household. But people are weird, and no one's honest, and there's no transparency. See, empaths and intuitives and psychics don't have this issue because we can read each other's minds. We perform art. We have music. We have dance. We have all types of things. A director can be an outcast, but he can communicate with the world when he produced his first movie. At the age of what? How young was Spike Lee when he produced his first feature-length movie? Even the guy that did Black Panther, I can't forget his name is. I think it starts with an R, but I'm not too sure. Didn't he direct Black Panther in his 20s, his late 20s or something like that. But yeah, more just other inspirational insights and viewing different patterns that I'm seeing with the overall collective. Of course, there's nothing new under the sun. We're trying new things, or I guess people are trying new things. I mean, I'm doing things that I didn't do before in the past because it's all about elevation and evolving and just doing different things, man. People are going to come at you, man. That's all. People either fear or they envy what they don't understand. And then the crazy part about it is I can leave this place, or if you leave the hood and actually go out to places that are actually more therapeutic for you, go to a freaking park somewhere. It just happens to be that this park here is so small and that I'm in a hood around black people that don't really do that. But go off somewhere else and you'll see a park full of people out sitting and enjoying themselves with their dogs, having picnics, people out there doing yoga, throwing frisbees, stuff like that. Like, again, people want to be so hard all the time. People want to act so gangster all the time. Yeah, you can do that on your street corner in your hood at that street sign that you standing on all day, rolling up blunts and drinking Hennessy. But let's take you to Korea, or let's take you to another part of the world where you have no understanding of, and let's see if you're going to be the king, or you're going to be the boss, or you're going to be this Mr. Tough Guy confidence that you think you are over in another country where you can't even speak the language to. But that's all I got to say. Video's getting too long. I won't be able to upload it. I might start getting back into motivational lectures, trying to stay away from social medias, mainly the Facebooks of the world. But I do still have my my Insta and my TikTok live and active. You know, I try to upload on YouTube as consistently as I can. I got a few tarot readings done today. But the distraction of the males and their out of shape women that they have with them, it's like, and then you gonna stare at me like I'm crazy and weird? When was the last time you got down on your hands and knees and did a prayer, or sat on your ass and took a few deep breaths? Like, it's staggering. And then you're gonna purposely distract me. You see that I'm reading. I had to, at one point I put my cards up and I just listened to my music. I'm like, okay, y'all gonna purposely come to the hoop that I'm at. Synchronicities. Y'all gonna purposely come to the goal that I'm at with a flat basketball to make as much noise as you can, because you want me to look over there and see what y'all doing when y'all not doing anything outside of the norm. That's why y'all paying attention to what I'm doing, because I'm doing something that's outside of the norm. Peace.